Hi, Cancer. I am going to do a past life regression reading for you. We're just going to see what messages Spirit has for you, maybe see how your past lives went, and see what how they affect you in your current lives. Right off the bat, right when I started thinking Cancer, I'm getting that some of you guys, this might sound really crazy to you, but I'm getting that some of you guys were actually mermaids, or if you don't believe in mermaids, maybe you were just a really smart fish, right? Maybe you were just a dolphin or something. But you probably love the ocean and just feel naturally drawn to it and find your peace in the ocean. So let's see. What do we have for Cancer? What do we have for Cancer? Help me clarify some past lives for Cancer, please, Spirit. Oh, you know what? This is like the second time this has happened. This is so important. Usually they flip face down, but when they flip up like this, I just feel like really, really strongly, this is very, very important to you. If your relationship and your connection to your father, or if you are a father, being a good one is very, very important to you, or you were a father in your past lives. Let's just dig a little bit deeper. See, look, there they go again. Authority figures and finances. Wow, that's crazy. Were you, some of you, I feel like I'm hearing that some of you still are authority figures. You could be a corrections officer, a police officer, a private investigator, even all the way down to a manager a manager of some kind. Or you could just, if you are not in this life, maybe you just have like a fear of it. I'm hearing some of you have a fear of authority figures. Like it just like gives you such bad anxiety, but that has, because you probably likely were one. Some of you are on your way to being a judge, or you were a judge, I'm hearing. Egypt. How's that? Some of you were in the Egyptian times. I'm hearing that you were important. Some of you could be in death care in this life, or death care could be important to you. Forgiveness is here, so could be a need to forgive your father. I'm hearing some of you forgive your father, forgive yourself. But I'm hearing with the Egypt life, some of you guys were very, very important. You actually lived in the royalty. Some of you were low-level royalty, like low level, maybe employed by royalty. But I'm really hearing that I'm seeing you in like the full, Egyptian theme. Like you wore the gold paint and you had gold and you had treasures. This is when you had these treasures when you were in the Egyptian time. Like I'm seeing like, it's beautiful, right? Nun or monk is here. And Celtic. Oh, wow. You were around for some really, really, really beautiful times. You could have a fascination with Celtic jewelry. I'm hearing some of you. Oh, look at this. Imprisonment or slavery. So I saw the authority figure. Some of you could have actually, been imprisoned, right? You could have been imprisoned for, a sin of your father. I'm hearing a sin of your father could have caused an imprisonment for you. Or it was your spouse. Did you kill your spouse in a previous life, Cancer? You know what? Sometimes they got it coming. Right? So some of you could just really be obsessed with crime shows. Like I'm hearing Deadly Women, all the Discovery Health kind of thing, right? So, with the forgiveness here and the mother and father and all of these people surrounding you, I'm feeling like I'm hearing that you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, forgive your elders, and work on letting go some of that trauma. Let's see. Yeah, orphan is here. That's why you need. I feel like for your mother and your father, people come back, and when we come back and back and back again, they're the same people come back, but they may play a different role. So you could have abandonment issues, and you can't figure out why, because everything is so good in this life. Or maybe you have not so good, but you haven't been abandoned in this life. But if you feel like you have like abandonment issues, it's something that has carried over with you from your previous lives. I'm literally seeing some of you guys in the old school chain gang. Like, for real, you were, even if you're a woman, you were a man. And I don't know what you did, but you got to forgive yourself for it. Maybe you just carry like an unidentifiable guilt with you. And that is most likely from that life there. I'm literally seeing you in the black and white in the chain gang kind of thing, right? Like with the chain, like around that time period. I'm not really sure when they did that. But, you know, it's like you went from royalty to the Celtic, you know, where you were a monk or a nun. You did a lot of spirituality, a lot of studying. You went from rich to Celtic nun, you know, very, very religious, focusing on yourself. Then you ended up coming back to where you went to prison and then, you know, imprisonment. And then, you know, we have the orphan by the mother and the father. And then here you are now, and your soul is like, I've been here so many times and I've seen all these different things. So let's just see. Spirit says if you killed your husband or your wife in a past life, you poisoned them. So if you've ever said, if I ever killed somebody, I'd poison them, well, you already did, right? That's okay. That's okay, Cancer. All right, so what else can you tell me? All right, yeah. Page of Wands in reverse. That's just reiterating to me that that it is correct that there was an orphan you were orphaned, right? You were abandoned. And that's why the Five of Cups is here, because, you know, it's a need to forgive. It's a need to forgive, you know, the souls that, forgive yourself, forgive your souls. Maybe, you know, this forgiveness kind of goes into both sides of things, you know, with the poisoning your husband, you know, I mean, you know, things happen. It just might have been the thing to do in that time. I'm hearing, wow, Spirit is really telling me that, yeah, you did poison your husband with something from your garden. So some of you guys could be gardeners in this life as well. I'm seeing the Tower. Yep, look at that. The Tower and the Four of Wands. That's exactly what happened. He tried to leave and you poisoned him. The reason why, you know, I'm hearing, okay, Spirit's telling me a story now. So this actually happened before this. This happened, and then when you came back in this life and your marriage started to fall apart, you know, it was kind of like the trauma of this life was sticking with you so much that you're like, you'll die before you leave me. And he sure did with that King of Cups in reverse. You ain't going nowhere. Seven of Cups here, and that led to your imprisonment. All right, so let's clarify. This monk or nun, I was asking to clarify, and I got the Sun card. So this was a very, very, very happy life for you. This was something that you really, really enjoyed. Okay, Spirit says it's important to mention, because in case you were really wondering why anything else about your husband, it was a third party situation. That's why you poisoned him. All right, Lord. All right, so let's look at this finances in Egypt. I am really curious about that, Spirit. Finances in Egypt. This justice in reverse coming out again over here. So Spirit says it's very important. Like I said, you were rich in this Egyptian time. Spirit says, yep, you sure were. And you were... you were surrounded by a lot of love and good money in this lifetime, right? So let's see, anything else for Cancer? Ace of Cups, right? This is your reward for everything you've been through in those past lives. I'm saying everything you've been through because even though you poisoned your husband, you know, it happens. You weren't treated right, you know, and that was probably, I'm hearing that it wasn't an uncommon thing to do during that time, right? And that's why it needed to come to an end. Spirit for some reason is just really fixated on that. So if you're watching this, you must want to know more about how you poisoned your husband. Right? So there's no need for you to feel defensive anymore in this life. The hurt and the pain is in your past. I'm hearing, you know, you don't have to deal with that in this life. That's not what you came here for. You came here because, you know, you learned lessons in all those lives. Now you've come here for this beautiful new beginning, this love, this stability. But yeah, that's what you're going towards, Spirit says. You're going towards this love and this stability. It's very important for you to just forgive yourself, forgive, everyone who wronged you. Go back into this to this monk nun energy. This is a strong forgiveness energy, right? All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you want a private reading to look directly into your past life, you can text message me. My phone number is 954-204-6053. Thanks for watching.